I want to make sure I mention this. All the demons are here. This book is out. There's a large chunk at the end, which is telling you, it's giving you basically factual follow-ups. Wouldn't you say that's true?
What are you talking about? The end notes?
Yeah, end notes.
The end notes are just I put those at the end of every book so people can know what's real and what's not real from all the stuff I write about, because there's historical fiction. It's historical fiction, so there's real things. And if you want to know, did Jake make up Viva Knievel, or is that a real movie? And you just go, no, Viva Knievel was a real film. And then I do the review from the 1977 Daily Variety. In the most daring feat of his career, Evel Knievel leaps over a mountain of blazing cliches and a cavernous plot. That's so real.
You know what? I think that critic had made up their mind before they went. I think they went, to hate Evel Knievel's movie. I would have written a wonderful review for that movie. Well,
I think Gene Kelly was in it.
Well, there was an era. Do you remember was it The Swarm? It was about bees, killer bees coming up, and they got huge stars to be in these things.
All the Irwin Allen disaster
and also
films.
All the Irwin Allen disaster films had the biggest Hollywood stars of the 30s and 40s and 50s were in disaster movies in the late 70s and 80s.
Yeah.
And it's mostly them saying, my God, how could this have happened?
Think about The Towering Inferno. It had Paul Newman and Steve McQueen.
And O.J. Simpson.
And Fred Astaire.
That's right.
Keep going. That's it.
Fire.
Roddy McDowell's in all of them.
Right. And George Kennedy.
George Kennedy is in almost every disaster movie.
But you talked about the killer bees thing in The Swarm.
We've alienated so many people on this podcast.
So can I just
today.
tell you about The Swarm?
Yeah.
I mean, not The Swarm, but the killer bees. So in the 70s, this was a legitimate fear. Who's old enough to only? Are you the only? No, you maybe you two.
No. I love that you pointed to Blay, who's actually about 22. But he went through a horrifying experience 2 years ago.
Do you remember killer bees? Okay,
yeah,
so
killer bees were a big thing that were going to kill us all.
So right, they were coming from South America. They did a horror movie about it called The Swarm. There was an NBC did a special about it. And researching this book, I found out that it was all pretty much invented by Rupert Murdoch to sell papers.
Oh my God,
he sucks.
In San Antonio.
I'm not prepared to say that.
The first newspaper,
Cooper.
He bought these San Antonio newspapers, and they basically scared the shit out of the country to sell papers. And the killer bees were a real thing, but it was going to take years for them to get to the United States, and you only really, it wasn't like one would sting you. It'd be like 1,000 would have to sting you to kill you. Anyway.
No. I remember it was again an incredibly cheesy, kooky movie about the killer bees coming and taking over towns. And I remember there's at one point, I think it was Michael Caine was a scientist in it, and he said,
The Swarm, is that
and I
right?
don't do a Michael Caine impression. It'll just be Nixon again. But no, but Michael Caine says, I can't believe it was the bees. They've always been our friends. Of all the insects, it was the bees.
It's more like I can't believe it was the bees.
Oh.
It was the bees.
It's a slow. I'm really shocked. But it's not a
Can't believe.
Okay, but there you go.
It was the bees.
Well,
that's
no, that took a turn.
Well, I'll try again.
There you go.
Okay.
There it is. There it is.
Bees. I love bees, Mary Poppins.
All right. Fool.
Do you remember
when I'm the voice of reason here, then the shit has hit the fan.
Do you remember the horror movie starring Michael Caine called The Hand?
I just watched that.
Did you watch? Really?
Yes,
I haven't seen that.
Oh, I adore that movie.
He
It's
is a
horrible.
cartoonist
Uh-huh.
who loses his hand in a car accident,
Mm-hmm.
and then the hand starts killing people.
Mm-hmm.
The hand escapes and starts killing people. And then, should we do the spoiler alert or?
Yeah.
I
Okay.
wouldn't worry
you're
about
not
it.
sure whether it's
Is it in his
he's
head?
imagining it or it's manifesting his
Like, is he
desire to
killing?
kill
Is he
people.
killing people?
Yeah.
And he's imagining that it's his hand creeping along.
I'm going to say no. I'm going for it's actually the hand.
Correct, but you don't find
Yeah.
that out to like the last minute of the movie.
It's
Guess
the
who
70s, I
directed
didn't
and
need
wrote
it.
it? Oliver Stone.
Yep.
Who plays a cameo as a bum in that movie
Yep.
too. Yeah.
We
We got more time. Let's cover some movies.
we've got
Atlanta, you're live.
Atlanta, you're on the air.
This is what talking to you does, Jake.
I know.
Because your books are filled with all this stuff, then the next thing you know, we're talking about the hand.
Yeah.
And so we might as well get the word out on the hand.
Yeah.
I think
Written and
okay.
directed by Oliver Stone.
Yeah.
And that same old story about a cartoonist who loses his hand, 1981, and the hand, of course, goes out and kills people.
Yeah.
So check that out. I'm sure that's one of those movies that when you look for it on streaming, you will not find it.
Oh, I got places.
You got places.
We know you have
dark
places.
web. You go to Sona's house and check out her dark web where she has the squishy porn. Reddit,
I'm gonna watch
Reddit subreddit.
Tonight I'm gonna watch
porn.
Squish porn. Wonka chunka squish porn.
Wonka chugga. High five. All right. Jake Tapper, book. It's a thriller. All the demons are here. Book. It's a book. Go and read it. Book. No, you're a New York
Jake
Times
Tapper,
best-selling author.
Yep.
This is a big deal.
Yep.
It's a cool thing.
Well, thank you so much. You guys are you're very kind.
We're not professional.
No.
I don't know that we've helped you in any way.
Yeah.
But
I think your listeners read books. I think they do.
They do. They're very
we're trying
think
to
you're a
we're,
smart
we're
group.
trying we're trying to weed them out.
We're trying to change that. Yeah.
I think you have smart
We
listeners.
do. We
I
have
really do.
actually we're very we have very cool fans and very erudite fans, I believe. All right, Jake Tapper.
Thanks, guys.
God
It's great
bless
to be
and go
here.
in peace.
Thank you so much.